Hi, and welcome to another Quick Connect podcast, Teamcpnz. It's super cool to be able to share our community, share our team, share our people as you guys are out there doing it. As we record this, would say it's the height of summer. It's sunny outside. There's lots of events and things going on, going on, about to happen, etc. And our community, we've got so many cool people doing so many great things and come from such a diverse range of backgrounds as well. So this is the opportunity that we get to share your stories. We get to celebrate our people because we've got so many cool people out there today. And this person on the podcast today, I'm super stoked to be able to share this with you. We've been working with Kate for almost a year now, and it was pretty cool to see her be so strong and gain so much confidence from her big adventure on the West Coast in the True West Adventure Race over the course of a couple of weekends ago. So looking forward to sharing that. We've got lots of different stuff going on. In a couple of weeks' time, we're heading down south with the crew to do our Backroad 2026 event. I do a Zwift ride every 2 times a week in summer and 3 times in winter. On our Friday ride is a bit of an interesting one. It's called Froday Friday. And that crew have got kind of tighter and tighter. And on this morning's ride, not a huge group. There was maybe 10 to 12 of us there, but there was only 2 of the 10 people there that actually are not able to make it to the ride. So everyone else is coming, which is amazing. And most of those people don't know each other. They just know their Zwift avatar. So that's going to be pretty fun to actually get together and share that experience of riding from Tekapo to Ohau to Kurau and back over the Hacker Pass to Tekapo again over the course of 3 days. So really looking forward to doing that. But that is one of the best things about what we do here at Team CP is we get people to achieve what they want to. There's lots of different plans and programs and ways of doing stuff out there, but having to be able to be in your corner, to be able to help you out, to be able to figure things out. Every day, my day is spent sort of just having conversations, basically. Today, there was someone that's been super sick. There's people that have hurt themselves that are getting back on track. There is successes of epic runs that people have done up in the hills that are events that are about to happen. We've got Taupo Ironman on tomorrow, so we've got a raft of Team CP athletes up there as well. So basically, summer means there's lots of different stories for us to tell, and that's our job. So we're going to be rolling through these. It's going to be one a week at least, and hopefully you enjoy. So sit back, relax, and let's share Kate Downer's story as she, I guess, restarted her, do we say fitness journey? Something like that. Her adventure journey back into the swing of things. So over to you, Kate. Righto, and we're live. Kate Downer. We're having a chat to Kate today. Kate has just finished the True West Adventure Race, something that we've been working on together for a little while now, but also Adventures in the Hills. We're going to talk about all sorts of different things around where Kate's come from, what she's up to, and ultimately what it felt like sort of getting across the finish line and being out there on the wild West Coast, missioning around the hills. How are you getting on today, Kate?
Yeah, good morning, Richard. Lovely morning, thank you. I've got no work today, so it's nice.
How good is that? That's so good. Just speaking of work, what do you do for work before we jump into the adventures?
Sure. So I'm a GP and I'm a mum, and both of them are 24/7 jobs, and I'm lucky. I enjoy both of them.
Good on you. Good on you. That's fantastic. Mm. And thinking about, we're going to talk about True West, but I want to start off a little bit by how you got there. Let's go deep into your background. You used to do lots of adventure stuff back in the day, eh?
Sure. So my first career was in outdoor education and outdoor tourism. Mm-hmm. And that's probably when I made my lifehood friends and all the lessons that you learn in your early 20s. Yeah. And traveled all around the world with my kayak and whitewater kayaking, and worked at Outward Bound and a few adventure schools and things like that. So I really loved that. And then in my 30s, I got a bit sick of working in the rain and needed a change. And that's when I went off to medicine. And I've kept in touch with some of those friends, but medicine and family life kind of took over. And probably for the last 15 years, I haven't done much in the outdoors. Mm-hmm. I've kind of thought I would, but I just got too busy and other commitments and let that slide a little bit. Yeah. So if you really know, I had a stroke 2 years ago, and these things make you realize life is precious and life's not necessarily going to last as long as you think it is. And I was really missing the outdoors, so I wanted to get back into the outdoors. And one of my friends is a cycle coach, and I went and asked, I said, Paul, I need a hand to change my life. And that started. And then a friend had enrolled into Adventure Squad, and that was all I needed, just a little bit of support and someone to make all the decisions and make it easy for me and just kind of get started, really.
Yeah, that's right. Who was the friend that dragged you along?
Actually, someone I hadn't met. It was a woman called Ely, who was going to be a team member of our True West team, but that didn't eventuate. But someone in the Adventure, I just read. I'd never even heard of you guys or Adventure Squad, and I just saw the opportunity. Yeah,
good stuff. And it was cool to have you along. Sort of on that first trip that we did last year, that was up to on the West Coast. What was the name of the hut? Do you know offhand?
I want to say Carol Hut.
Carol Hut. That's right. Up there, straight up the hill, straight into it, straight away. But I think one of the things, like the Adventure Squad, we built it because of all the events were cancelled in COVID. So let's kind of create our own event that's not really an event, but we can have a date that we can go and do an adventure. But one thing with the events is that you end up having to feel like you can't stop and have your lunch. You've got to keep pushing. Whereas we want to share some food and sit down for a view and those sorts of things. Do you feel like that was part of it and that happened, or will you feel like you were just pushing hard the whole time?
No. It was a lovely social bunch of people. You could push hard if you wanted to. I'd never seen the sport fast packing, so it was really nice to be introduced to that. I've been to Carol Hut before, but with a ginormous pack and quite a different sport where you're tramping and carrying stuff. So I could see that you guys were, as you know, there's 3 groups of fast, medium, easy. And if you really wanted to push yourself, just go in the front group. And if you wanted to meet some people, you can go in whatever group was appropriate. It was nice to be inspired into a new sport, super positive people. Everyone laughed at my peanut butter sandwiches, and it was a good atmosphere.
How did they laugh at your peanut butter sandwiches? They're go-to. What's that about?
Oh, because I had about 8 of them, and that's all I ate. So every time I turned around, I had another peanut butter sandwich, and there's just something about the number of the peanut butter sandwich. Yeah.
Well, one thing of like with adventure racing, sort of missioning in the outdoors, it's quite good to take a couple of spares so you can hopefully do some swapsies in the playground of, hey, what a lunchbox. Did you look at doing that at all, or?
Well, I think I was just fractionally shy at that point. I was just trying to fit in with the team, but as you get to know people more, and you can share lots of things at that point. Yeah.
Good stuff.
No, so getting the Mickey taken out of you was the first step of forming that relationship, I guess.
So it feels like with your background, you'd be pretty good at that, like pretty happy with a bit of banter.
No, it was lovely. It was a great, lovely group of people. Some inspiring people like the Fast team and people younger than me, but also I'm in my 50s, and there was other mums there taking their kids on cool adventures, and just getting back in that conversation and that culture of people and seeing what people are up to do, and that gives you permission to try those things yourself. And it was cool.
Over the time, like as you say, having kids and medicine as a full-on profession, did you lose your confidence a little bit there around your outdoor, or what you've done in the past? How did that go?
Yeah, sure. You do. Motherhood's a self-sacrificing profession, and so is medicine, I suppose. And at Outward Bound, my favourite customers were 50-year-old mums that had not done anything for years, and they'd lost the belief that they could do something, because you've put on 10 kgs, your body's changed completely, you haven't done anything for years. And then to my surprise, I was one of those people. So the hardest bit was just starting, and maybe taking on a bit of humility that you're not as awesome as you used to be in your 20s, and just starting again. And of course the road is positive moving forward, but there's that slight fear of failure, I guess. And you've just got to step forward and then work out that it's not as bad as you think it is. Or you're better than you think you are.
Yeah, you generally are, but it's always failure is a possibility, isn't it? And I guess it's what does failure look like as well. That's part of that decision-making process of whether I'm going to turn up and do this or not. And hopefully failure, I mean, there's a perceived failure and an actual failure. Failure would be an injury and I'm not able to take it part, or feeling like you're left behind and I'm not able to do this the same. But I think hopefully with what we've created there, that there's a group for everybody. And as long as you've got some enthusiasm and you're organized and you're willing to kind of just keep moving forward, doesn't matter how slow it is, but just keep on ticking along, well, then that's fine, isn't it?
So Adventure Squad was perfect for that. There was a whole spectrum of people. You just fit it in where you fit it in, and everyone wanted everyone to succeed. Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't matter who you were.
So I guess we come together with the goal of True West, wasn't it? That sort of was our first discussion, and then we said, hey, you should do this as part of that. So you turned up to our 3 adventures, and then with that end goal in mind. Just on the Adventure Squad, before we go on from it, have you got any sort of highlights or funny moments or disasters or anything like that happened out in the hills?
You chose really beautiful places to go to. We were very lucky with beautiful weather, and we got up really high. They're not necessarily places that you naturally walk when you're not in the outdoors, so it was quite stunning country. I was pretty inspired by people like the Fast team. I was like, wow, and I quite enjoy being inspired. So that was cool. Just good people and beautiful places, and climbed a 1,000-meter hill. And I was like, oh, I can do this. So now I can do another 1,000-meter hill. It was cool. Yeah. Nice.
Well, the planning behind that, I think, like especially the first and the second trip, we're up to like, I don't know, option G. Once the weather, freaking had so many weather forecasts. But yeah, that's awesome. So obviously they're the stepping stones. The goal was True West, which you've just ticked off this last week. So how did that go? How did True West end up for you with your team?
Yeah, sure. No, thank you. Well, I'm proud as mustard. I was quite daunted by the race. We chose 24 hours. We probably would have liked to choose 12 hours, but that wasn't an option. It was either a 6 hours or a 24.
Yeah.
None of us had done a 24-hour race for years and years and years, and most of us had not done one at all. No, we made it to the finish line. We were still friends at the finish line. I wasn't injured at the finish line. It's a very cool thing to do, and it's had a really positive impact on my family. My son came along, did the 6-hour race, and everyone's talking about it and hustling and bustling, and there's gear everywhere, and we've got a kind of active things going on in the household, and we've met people, and it was a very, very, very cool event. Yeah.
Nice. So tell us about your preparation. How did that go?
So
your garage, what did that look prior?
Oh, yeah. So I would have loved to have done more training than I did, but I had lots of habits to change. So I turned up it was hard to get as fit as I wanted. So I just kind of realized, I'll just have to be super prepared. I'll just have to rely on every single skill that I've built over the years. And you're right, I had to delve into the very bottom dark corners of my garage to get all this gear out. And it's good to do something new and to change your routine. And it showed how little I'd done. It was good to get that stuff out of the garage. It was just waiting to be used. And
was it all still there, or perished, or mouse eaten?
Yeah, you're right.
How was it all?
One set of boots, but then who would wear leather boots these days anyway? But one set of leather boots they'd so perished. I could sweep them up with a brush and shovel. They'd just fall into pieces completely.
Yeah.
And my life jacket, I went into the shop and said, look, you won't even recognize the companies that have made all my gear because they've all well passed. But my life jacket was all moldy. And so I have spent quite a bit of money up replacing my gear, and hopefully that's the shop owner was surprised that this would be my life jacket for life. But I'm like, well, if the first one lasted 30 years, this one's, I'm not going to need another one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Another one from 80 to 100 or something like that, maybe another paddle jacket.
Yeah. So we're all set to go, and that's kind of spread into getting gear for my son, and he was equally daunted and got his mates together, and they're all chit-chatting away with excitement, and bags of scroggin everywhere and mud everywhere and all those good things. Yeah.
Good stuff. So how did your race go? How did you guys do? How were you feeling on the start line?
Yeah, sure. So in one of Nathan's pre-videos, it did say pace yourself, and many people said just walk, don't run, finish strong, don't start strong, finish strong, make sure you finish. And if you do that, you'll pick off teams as you go. You'll see the ones that went too fast. So we just we were pretty organized, a good bunch of we were all women's team, the only women's team. It took us a long time to get the fourth member. Should we get a guy? And we went, no, we thought we'd have a greater sense of achievement being an all females team, because it's easy to ask the guy to do things that you don't know. So we were feeling good. So we just paced ourselves. But the joke was we never saw another team, and we never picked off another team. And they just took off in the miles ahead of us. But we finished strong, and it was great. It was good. Yeah,
good stuff. That's awesome. How were the transition areas, the areas where you sort of reset and things? I think the crew were pretty excited to see you and helping you out.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So being the last team, the support crews are kind of waiting for you to come in, namely because then they can go home. But they were thrilled to see a women's team coming in who obviously we weren't the professional team or the fast team. It was clear to everyone this was a big challenge for us and something new and exciting. So they were just proud in our achievement, and it was lovely for them to share that with us. And they knew they couldn't help, but they were forever going, can I do anything for you? And we just had to politely say no, but it was lovely to just have their support and excitement for us. That kind of keeps going. We did kind of like transitions, a little bit hard to leave transitions because we had over prepared, and we kind of had pasta salad and potato salad and tomato soup, and we kind of had a little hotel all prepared at our transitions. And that's just being daunted by the race and a little bit not too sure of the level of preparedness that you needed and stuff. So probably a bit of our time was spent at transitions. But when we left transitions, we were set to go, and we were good to go for the next one, and it was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
It does feel like you're probably recruiting a few new teammates based on your preparedness and all the different foods you have available. So I'm part of your team. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like, we even had to pre-mix the salad dressing on the salad. We poured it on right there and then, and some pretty funny kind of typically lady moments. That was all good fun and laughter and stuff. Yeah.
So good. Did you, like obviously you've done a bunch of stuff in the past, getting back on deck and into the outdoors, was there ever a moment that you sort of had to call upon your experience to make decisions for the team, for the best betterment of the team?
Yeah, sure. Of course. What was lovely for me was like riding a bike, I suppose. All this information that I'd forgotten, I had all this experience I had just came out. So even just how to pack the packs, how to distribute the gear, who should paddle where, all the paddling lines, all the navigation. There were kind of about 3 water crossings, whether we should cross the moving water and still water, and so I really, really enjoyed that. It was quite, I don't want to talk about myself, but self-fulfilling, going, I can do this. I've got all the skills. I'm pretty good at this, actually, which I'd kind of hadn't done for a long time. And we've all got things to learn, and I certainly learned some things, but it was nice to be able to utilize that 20 years of working in the outdoors to go, it's all still there, and I'm way more confident for the next one.
Yeah, good. And that's what you build out of these things, don't you? Like that satisfaction and the achievement and getting across the finish line, it really builds that self-confidence and obviously this thing, but in other areas of your life as well. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, it's cool.
Yeah. Was
That's
there ever
what-
a moment? Sorry, Karen.
Well, that's what kind of outward bound and stepping into the unknown and doing something you're afraid of is about, is working out you're way more capable than you realize and go and do the next one.
Good stuff. Was there ever a moment that this is ridiculous? What are we doing out here? Was there ever within the West Coast?
The whole lot is ridiculous. They were ridiculously heavy packs with pack rafts and all our gear. And you are dead right. At about 3, maybe 2 in the mornings, the heavens just opened and it was just pouring with rain. And we've been on the go for, goodness, 20 hours maybe. There's just water everywhere. And I remember thinking, I would never do this by myself. You needed the joy of your team buddies. And we were just laughing down these roads in this pouring rain. And my line was, this is pure madness. And everyone agreed.
Which is pure madness. So isn't it 3 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast? It's pouring with rain. And what is it? Is it Saturday night into Sunday? Is that what is happening?
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah.
And like, how did I get here? What am I doing? But that sense of team and the purpose and the event and things like that, it really, that's part of it, isn't it? It gets you out and doing sort of slightly crazy stuff, but moments you will never forget as well.
And I think certainly in medicine, I have quite a serious life. So it was actually kind of, I think it's good for you to do silly things sometimes. Laughter is a good thing. And, you're right. I won't forget that. It was a funny, silly, ridiculous thing to do. And it was great. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Nice. No, that's awesome. And what's next? Will you be back?
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this. So the True West is very much in jeopardy about whether it will go ahead or not. Namely, there's just not enough people signing up. I was pretty surprised at the small numbers of teams that were there, and I can see why they're asking about the viability. I really think it's a national treasure. I can just see we're in such a beautiful environment. Yeah. And Nathan's really famous for making fun events, great courses. And if we don't do these things, they won't be on offer. So if it's on offer, I'd love to do it again. And I'm forever trying to work out how can I make sure enough people get there, because it would be a real shame to lose such a good event. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the first way to start, is just tell your mates, isn't it? And hopefully this is part of that as well, as tell your mates. So I did see the YouTube clip of the event yesterday of where it was and what it was about. And like the West Coast is crazy, isn't it? Like mountains, and then all of a sudden you're at the beach and on the sea, and then the rivers and everything that it has, the bush, etc., etc. There's so much to offer there. So I just need Nathan not to make it the week after Coast to Coast, because I was I had to mow the lawn, and the lawn was actually getting close to mid-calf and needed to be more ankle height.
Yeah, though we did have one team member who had done the Coast to Coast the week before, so it is possible.
The lead passes become harder to get. That's the only challenge.
It's a busy time of year for races. Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing with calendars and things like that. But I definitely look at it and look to prioritize that, isn't it, amongst the calendar as well. Nice one. And in terms of advice for others, is there anything sort of your journey that you've had over the last, let's say, I don't know, what are we talking? I was going to say 12 months, but maybe it's longer than that. Is there any other advice you'd give others that are kind of on the fence with this type of thing?
Sure. You've just got to say yes. It won't happen unless you be brave and step forward. So someone asked me, which was kind of them, but if I had said no, the opportunity wouldn't have happened. Yep. So that the first bit is to try and see the opportunities like Adventure Squad, where people might support you, and if someone asks you, you've just got to be brave and say yes. And then the journey kind of starts from there. And then you've just got to utilize whatever skills you have. So for me, it was organization and experience and not fitness. And for someone else, it might be their fitness and passion for cooking. You just work out who's got what skills, and not everyone can have everything, and use the best of what everyone's got to offer. And just try and have fun and enjoy each other, and don't get annoyed with each other, because you will get annoyed with each other. You're tired and cold, but just keep moving forward and just remember why you're there. And They're all good people, even though they're driving you nuts at the time. And it's just because you're tired. It's just because you're tired. Yeah.
Nice.
So
I'm going to, sorry, carry on, Kate.
Yeah.
No, good. I'm going to wrap up with this question, which is always a goodie. On the finish line, how toasted were you? From 1 being burnt toast through to 9 being...
That is a great question. I reckon I was an 8, maybe a 9. We were good.
What? Like only lightly toasted? What's going on?
Yeah, we were...
You've been out there for how many hours? How long was it?
Yeah, like I said, we ate well, and we were pretty prepared, and we paced ourselves, and we were given finish strong, and we really did. Yeah.
How many hours were you out there for, Kate?
Yeah, 22.
22.
So
and
we had,
you're giving me 2 spare, so you're under time. So you're giving me an 8.5 out of a possible 9 of how toasted you were.
Well, maybe that was just because I was just so thrilled to finish.
Okay. Maybe we need to ask 2 hours before that, like when it was raining and ridiculous.
No, we were, well, maybe I'll go down to a 5, but honestly, we weren't toasted. We were, we didn't have any blisters. We probably could have pushed ourselves harder, but we were just a bit daunted. We didn't know if we could make it. So we just had this great adventure, and it was good fun. Yeah,
good. So steering away from that completely toasted, exhausted, not looking flash, collapsing across the finish line. That's super good to hear. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were hours behind the racing team. So next time we perhaps should race a bit more. But the goal was to achieve it, and we did, and it was great. Yeah. Well
done, Kate. That's very impressive. I think you're probably scoring the highest on my ever toasted score, non-toasted, which is fantastic. That's so good. That's brilliant. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Great to be able to share your insights and I guess your journey to here and what that True West was about and how you managed to get across that finish line. So, yeah, looking forward to the next adventure and the season ahead going forward. The next mission.
No, thanks for supporting me to get there. It takes a team to get there. So thank you.
Yeah. No, well done. Awesome, Kate. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome.